Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe. I am a singer-songwriter, writer and a guitarist. I'm essentially just a very creative person. A few months ago, back in May, I reacted to a couple albums. I reacted to The Dead Days by Get Scared and A Place We Knew by Dean Lewis. Two very different, contrasting albums, but I listened to them. And today, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be sharing my final thoughts and favourite songs from The Dead Days with you. And I'm just going to start off by saying that even though I loved the album and loved the songs individually, I feel like as a whole, the entire album, I feel like it was just very repetitive with the guitar and the screamo. Don't get me wrong, I loved it, but it's all just a bit too repetitive for me. When making like an album type thing, you gotta change it up a little bit at least. Don't just have the same thing the whole time. Don't get me wrong, the lyrics were obviously different for every song, and they were lyrics that I could relate to in some way, and some of the lyrics I didn't necessarily relate to, but most of them I did. So I don't really have a problem with the lyrics, because obviously they were different for every song and I could relate to the majority of them. And obviously with the repetitive guitar, like through all of the songs it was like quite heavy. I don't really know if there was much change like within any of the riffs, but I did find it a bit too much. Staying on the subject of the screamo as well, I don't necessarily know if I like it that much or not. Obviously Get Scared have a lot of screamo in their songs. Actually, I'm not entirely sure, because it's kind of like the most screamo that I've heard from them, because the only two songs that I had listened to before of theirs was Don't You Dare Forget the Sun, and what was the other one? Sarcasm, Setting Yourself Up for Sarcasm. And there is not much, actually, there isn't any like screamo in Don't You Dare Forget the Sun, but with Sarcasm, whoa, there is definitely quite a bit in that one. However, saying that I don't know if I like screamo or not, I can still definitely like tolerate it, and I don't mind it necessarily. It's just, I feel like the screamo again was a little bit repetitive, and so I feel like the thing I liked about the songs the most was probably the lyrics, because I could relate to them on a more personal level. So I feel like this maybe all I can really say about the album, and like my entire like final thoughts about it, because obviously I filmed my first reaction back in May and I haven't really listened to it since. Obviously I have, and I do have 4 favourite songs from the like album, but I really don't have like that many, don't have too many thoughts about it. It's just, in my eyes, it's just another heavy album, as in like heavy guitar, heavy drums, stuff like that. I feel like to me it's just another one of those kind of albums. However, there were, like I said, 4 songs that I personally really liked from the album, and I think they were the ones that I could relate to the most, and kind of like I also enjoyed the kind of like the backing as well, like everything in the background with the guitar and the drums and everything like that. And so my 4 favourite songs in no particular order were: number 1, Bad Things, 2, Deceiver, 3, Give Up My Ghost, and 4, The Dead Days. I don't entirely know why I picked these songs specifically. I think it was just kind of like I said, it's the ones that I was kind of like drawn to the most and enjoyed the most when listening to them. I feel like that's all I can really say about the album as a whole. I feel like you could kind of get my final thoughts from the actual first video, because I don't think I was very impressed with it. I feel like I was way more impressed with A Place We Knew by Dean Lewis, because it was more my kind of music. It's not like I don't like Get Scared and the new album, The Dead Days. That was released back in April. That's crazy. But I do generally think that it's not really, well, I say it's not really my kind of music. I am definitely more gravitated towards that kind of music, however, not when it like repeats on itself and plays again and again. I feel like I can only tolerate like so much from the bands that I already listen to. And actually, funnily enough, I remember it must have been last year, I actually did an album reaction to As It Is. I did an album reaction to The Great Depression by As It Is, and I was gonna do reactions to the reimagined kind of like EPs, but I never did. And there's already been 2 that have come out. I think, what's the first one? Denial maybe, and then Anger. I think it's Denial and Anger that they've released so far. But if you'd like to see like album reactions to the others the 2 others that will probably come out at some point this year, then just let me know and I will do that. But as for this video, I think I've pretty much talked about everything that I can. So I'm going to end the video here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe down below and ding that bell to be notified every single time I upload. I'm uploading twice a week in the summer, so don't miss out on any of my videos because I have a lot of fun content planned. All of my social media links will be in the description down below for you to check out, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!